And then I meet my now boyfriend that I've been with for like 2.5 years. And we met on a cruise ship, and he just came up and talked to me. What do you do? What'd you do today? Do you want to go snorkeling tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do want to go snorkeling. That sounds really fun. I was with my aunt and my grandma, and like they weren't going to go snorkeling. So I was like, this sounds great. There's a guy my age. He's kind of cute, and he asked me to go snorkeling. So I'm going to go. Got up early in the morning, went snorkeling, and what I thought was just kind of like a vacation thing. You know, we were having so much fun on this cruise together, and just like, you know, it felt like we were like in the Titanic, like Rose and Jack, just running around like
Positive
crazy.
vibes. Yeah.
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 We like it's in that way. Yeah.
Sinking ship.
But we were running around like Rose and Jack.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. But I was like, it's just a cruise boy, you know, like in my head, I'm like, it's just a cruise boy. He hates that. But because he was like, no, I like her. Yeah. He's like, I really liked you. But I was so like, I was open, but I had my little rules of like no relationship for a year. And then he continued to talk to me after the cruise. And I was like, I had like an honest conversation with myself where I was like, you really liked this guy and had fun with him. Mm-hmm. You could ignore that feeling and just go about how you've been living your life and your rule. And I'm sure that'd be fine. But like, how are you gonna like shut down and like block away like a feeling, a sparks of love, really? And like someone you had so much fun with, like, how am I gonna like shut that down and be like, nope, because of my silly little rule? Like, at the end of the day, it didn't make sense. And I was like, I think I would regret not going for it. And so I replied. And then a few days later, he invites me to go to Colombia, like the country. And I was like, yeah.
And here I am, like, no room to judge, really. But yeah, I was like,
on her my mom like was having nightmares. Like, she was like, I feel like you're gonna go there and like get kidnapped, like, because I flew there alone.
She's telling me that, and I'm like, fuck, like, do I agree with Michelle here? Like,
yeah, I was like, I'm going to Colombia. And so I drove down like 5 hours away to the airport so I could get the one-way flight, of course.
Makes sense.
And then I flew to Colombia, and it was awesome. It was like carnival, so everyone's dancing in the streets. It's just like a celebration of like life and party and love and culture and all the things, and we had the best time. And then from there, it was just kind of history, you know. I went to Colombia. Whenever we were in Colombia, he goes, I'm falling in love with you. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, here we are. All of a sudden, I'm in love now. Like how did this happen? Yeah, I was like, yeah, me too. And, you know, you have to say yes to like those green lights and like your intuition. And like when love knocks on your door, even though I wasn't looking for it, like you have to answer, even if it wasn't in your plan, you know? And then I ended up moving to South Florida. I was in North Florida for this guy, basically. And it's been really fun. And now we live like 45 minutes from each other because of that move. Like, I would have never moved down here. So it's like, just reminds me of just trusting your inner knowing, your intuition, and saying yes to life whenever you feel like you should. If it feels exciting, if you can do it, if you can go and say yes to meeting a new boy or traveling or whatever, or moving or whatever it might be, like you can't ignore those things because they will really take you to your destiny.